Hey everyone, welcome to my 33-week pregnancy update, and this is actually going to be an update including my 32nd week as well, because as you guys know, I did not post one, and I apologize for that, but the main reason for that was just because my little boy Colton got sick last week, and that was just like consuming all of our time. And then, as I'm sure you can probably hear in my voice, I am now sick. So I'm going to try and get through this video as quickly as I can because I keep losing my voice today and getting super stuffed up. I tried to clear myself out as best I could before the video to try and make it last as long as I can. But I know I hate hearing myself talk right now because I'm just all stuffed up, and it's like, you know, whenever you get a cold and like your ears get plugged up and you're just like really congested, and it's like it feels like you're talking inside of your head. Like, I don't know, I just hate hearing my voice right now. So anyways, for my 32nd week, there's really, I think, only a couple of things to touch on for that, so I'm just gonna jump right into that. So for my 32nd week, I had mentioned actually in my 31-week vlog at the very end that I was starting to get a toothache, and I was hoping it would just go away. I wasn't really sure what was causing it yet. And then I found out that the reason my tooth was aching was because my right top gum just got really sensitive. It's really funny how that can happen during pregnancy, but I know I also had a couple toothaches when I was pregnant with Colton, and they just went away pretty easily, thankfully. But my gum was irritated, and so it was making my teeth ache because it was like really irritated in between two of my teeth, and then like on the upper side. And then when I woke up the next morning, I had like this really long line of an ulcer, and so that explained why my tooth was aching because my gum was getting ready to pop an ulcer through. So thankfully I got rid of the ulcer fairly quickly. I gargled with salt water a lot, and I just kept my mouth as clean as I possibly could, and that helped a lot, just brushing and flossing a lot. And then I also used a cold sore cream. I can't remember the exact name of it. It starts with a Z, like Xylactin maybe? I think that might be it. But anyways, that stuff works really well. It doesn't just help to numb the pain, but it also promotes healing. So it'll sting before it numbs, but that just means it's just helping to heal up the area. So I used a little bit of that and the salt water, and that seemed to get rid of it pretty quickly, thankfully. And then also my sinuses were really bad last week, and they had been for like the past 3 weeks. My sinuses have just been terrible. But now, obviously, they're even worse because I'm sick with a cold. And walking has been challenging. I think I mentioned that in my last pregnancy vlog as well. I have the pregnancy waddle, and I am just so big. Like, this little guy just keeps growing and growing and growing. Like, I've been looking through the pictures that I've been taking week to week, and he's growing like a weed. He has been having a non-stop growth spurt for the past 3 weeks, and it's like every week my belly is significantly bigger, and he's just popping it out more and more. And not only that, but my skin is so sore on my stomach. I have been putting lotion on my stomach like 4 or more times a day, and that's like still not enough because he is stretching my stomach out so much to the point where my skin on my stomach is ripping. Like, it's literally ripping apart. It's not just giving me new stretch marks, it's ripping my skin, and it hurts really bad. So I've just been trying to keep it as moisturized as possible, but I think it's just due to him having a growth spurt and it just being so continual, and I'm already so big. It's like, I don't know how he's going to push my stomach out any further. Like, I feel like, I don't know how he could stretch it out any further, or if my stomach could handle it. Like, I feel like he's going to start popping through my stomach if he doesn't stop stretching me out so much. And then going into my 33-week update now, technically I had my gynecologist appointment on the last day of my 32nd week, and everything went well. I'm up about 22 pounds total now. So hopefully I don't have to gain too much more. I'm hoping to stay under 30, which I think I should be able to do. And I'm happy though that I haven't gained more so far, because with Colton I gained way too much weight, and I would not want to go through that again if I could, prevent it. So thankfully this pregnancy's weight gain hasn't been near as bad as my last one was. So hopefully I can stick with that. And then he measured my stomach, and the baby was measuring about like 5 days ahead. But I really think it's just because he's growing like a weed in there. Like, I was not surprised at all to hear that he was measuring ahead, because he, like I said, like, he's stretching out my stomach. And then one thing I forgot to mention too is that his movements just keep getting stronger and stronger. It's insane how much I can feel him move. Like, Chris is just in awe of it as well. Like, he was just playing with him, kind of like, like pressing on my stomach and stuff, and just following his movements around. And he's like, wow, like, he was really moving a lot, and his movements are so strong. And then also at my gynecologist appointment, he mentioned that he was going to have me do an ultrasound between 36 and 37 weeks to get the size of the baby, to get the weight, and I think they're going to try and like measure his head and all that stuff, to see about me being able to possibly have a natural birth versus a C-section. And the reason he really wants to check on his size for me is, now that we're getting, to like the end stretch of the pregnancy, it's pretty much going to be determined whether I can have a natural birth or a C-section based on his weight. Because with Colton, everything was in place. He was head down. I wanted to labor myself. I fully dilated, but he was just too big to go through my birth canal. So that was the only thing that caused me to have a C-section last time. So if this baby is a little smaller, if he's, measuring at a decent size where the doctor really feels like I could have him naturally, he said that he would like to have me induced at 39 weeks if he hasn't come on his own already, because otherwise he's just going to keep gaining weight, and that would just make it pretty much impossible for me to be able to have a natural birth. Then I would definitely have to have a C-section if he was just getting bigger. And so that was good to know. So it's crazy how fast that's coming up. Like, I'm 33 weeks pregnant already, and then I'm going to have that ultrasound, and then when I have that ultrasound, I'm going to be full term. And so it's crazy. Like, it is going by so fast. And then a couple other things to mention. We still don't really know what's going to happen with if we're going to be able to have anybody here whenever I go into labor. We were trying to work it out that one of my really good friends would come and stay with us, and then Chris's parents would come and stay with us, so that we could have like 2 separate trips that like intertwined with each other to give us a better chance of having help. But my good friend isn't able to make it because of work, which is so sad. I miss her, and I wish she could come out, and I know she wishes she could too, but unfortunately that one's not going to work out. It's still up in the air as to exactly how much time Chris's parents are going to be able to spend out here with us. And so they may be the only ones able to come out and help. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but my mom had neck surgery like a couple months ago, and she's still recovering from that. So she's still not sure whether she's going to be able to make it out here for the baby or not. So I'm not sure if my parents are going to be able to help us out or not. So yeah, everything's still like up in the air, and I've kind of just gotten to the point where I've worried about it for so long and so much that I'm just like, what's going to happen is going to happen. And I'm just like, trusting God that he's going to work it all out, and that it'll just, somehow it'll all work out. So that's where all of those things stand. And then also just a few more things to mention. I've been craving grapes a lot, and I don't know how high in sugar they are. I hope they're not too high in sugar. But I've been craving grapes, and we got some the other day, and I've just really been enjoying munching on grapes. I don't really enjoy eating much right now because I literally can like not taste anything, but I guess my body just wants grapes so much that I still enjoy eating grapes. And then I've also been having like really random, I just want to call them like flash cravings. And I wouldn't say like it's necessarily a pregnancy craving, because it's not one of those where I'm like, you need to get me this now, like right now. It's just like, a regular craving like you might have, or anybody might have. So, and that has been cheeseburgers and French fries. I don't know why, but like every time I think about a cheeseburger and French fries, it just sounds so good to me that I could probably eat it at any time of the day. But if I, don't get it within the next half an hour after thinking about it, I'll forget about it, and I won't crave it again until I think about it again. And I think that's about it for cravings, really. I really haven't had like strong pregnancy cravings much throughout my pregnancy. I think mainly the stronger ones were in like the very beginning of my pregnancy. And then also I have been getting heartburn quite a bit after eating, and it's no fun, but I think it's just because he's taking up so much room in my stomach that even the smallest bit of food irritates me and makes me have some heartburn. So I've just been taking Tums for it. I haven't gone on any prescriptions or anything for it. I'm hoping that I won't need to, but we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get worse or anything. I know I still got a decent amount of time left to go. And then also this week I've still been getting some Braxton Hicks contractions. I feel like they've maybe slowed down a little bit from what they were last week, but I'm still getting a decent amount. Sorry, my throat is tickling so bad. So anyways, I think that's about it for the update. I'll just show you guys my belly, and I hope you enjoyed this. And I will see you guys for next week's update, week 34. So hopefully you can see, but I am just huge. He is huge. I can feel him in there like all the time. All right, well, have a good day. Bye.